Hey guys, what's going on? It's EpicNick100 and I have another 2015 LEGO DC superhero set with the set number 76028, the Darkseid Invasion. Now, this is my most anticipated set of this entire wave for a few reasons. One, you get a really cool villain, Darkseid, and you get a lot of cool new Justice League figures that we've never even seen before in LEGO, besides one, which is a Comic-Con figure, and that's Green Arrow. But yeah, this set is really cool. This retails for about $70, but if you actually go to Target, I don't know if it's a glitch in the system, but if you go to Target, they actually are selling this for $60 bucks, not 70, which is actually pretty good. But there was a lot of I guess drama with the set because no one had it. If you went on the LEGO website, no one had it. Like it was just like unavailable. And I went on Target's website and they didn't have it available. No one had it in stock. According to the website, people probably did. I just didn't call ahead. But yeah, so I got this off Amazon, and if you guys can't find it anywhere, just look it up on Amazon. They probably have it. I got it for a normal price. But yeah, this set's really cool. You get 5 really cool new figures. You get a really cool glider that belongs to Darkseid, and the javelin, which looks like it's literally pulled out of the Justice League cartoon from about 10-15 years ago. So yeah, let's get into the set. Alright, so the first figure that I had to show is Superman. Now, the actual figure itself is literally the exact same figure that we got back in 2012, I believe. Yeah, in the first wave of these sets, the power with like the the Lex Luthor, the Power Armored Lex set with Wonder Woman. Yeah, but aside from one actual factor, LEGO has decided for whatever reason to include these new capes, and they're not really paper-like anymore, and they're not as hard and like rough to the touch. They're actually like really smooth, and yeah, it's like it's meant for more playability features, so these won't actually get all ruined really quickly because even though I do my best to preserve my LEGO capes, I do admit I do have some that have kind of just like completely ruined. But let's get into the actual figure because it's still pretty cool. Alright, so basically we just have the comic book looking Superman, like the cool S symbol on his chest. It stands for hope on his home planet, and just no leg printing. He has a really nice belt design. I like what LEGO did with it. And then he has his same normal Superman hairpiece, which is still really cool. And then if we turn him to the back, and this is actually really easy to show these off now because now I can just flip the cape up with the turn. There's his back printing. Nothing really too special. There's the belt design continues on the back and all the back details. And then if we turn his hair around, he does have his like grinning face. I don't know. This is supposed to be him when he's fighting, I guess. His determined face, that's what I like to call it. But now I have my own little opinion about these capes. I'm not sure if I like them, and I'm not sure if I actually dislike them, because they have their own pros and cons. The good things about this cape is that they're much better for playability, and I really think kids will like this. I might like this because it'll be easier to animate with in stop motion movies, and it'll actually add a more realistic effect of the cape actually like flowing, or like fluttering in the wind or whatever, if he's flying or something. And some of the cons is I'm still kind of confused why LEGO decided to do this, because like for years we've had the same normal capes and no one's had a problem with them. And I mean, if we turn it around, it does kind of poof out a little bit. It is sort of struggling sometimes, but it actually looks seemingly a bit better, in my opinion. I have mixed feelings about this. It's like I like it in some ways, and then in some ways I actually don't like it. But that's my opinion on Superman. So, alright, let's get on to the next figure. Alright, so the next figure I had to show you guys is Cyborg. Now, I'm actually kind of surprised it took LEGO this long to make Cyborg, because he's a pretty popular character now. He's in the new 52 Justice League team. He's one of the founding members in that mythology, in the new 52, if you guys follow it. I haven't read it in a while, but I do have a lot of the #1 issues from the new 52, including Justice League and Superman and Batman. And Cyborg is a really, really cool figure. I really love what LEGO did. This figure is pulled exactly from LEGO Batman 3 Beyond Gotham. I'm wondering if LEGO just put their hand on the screen and just literally pulled him out, or they pulled him out of the game. But this is a really, really cool figure. I like this headpiece that LEGO made for Cyborg, and it's just a one mold hairpiece, and it's really cool. He has like his afro, black hair, and then his little cyborg face on the side, and like the printing on the eyes, and the red thing in his forehead. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. But now we have Cyborg's actual face. He has a happy expression, because if you guys don't know Cyborg, Cyborg is a very positive, hyper person. And it would be kind of awkward if he just had one eye, so that's why LEGO printed 2. And then he also does have an angry face, and I'm going to show you guys what that looks like with the headpiece on. Yeah. So, this looks really cool when he's just fighting. So we're going to turn him back around. And Cyborg's accessory is a stud launcher. I'm not really a big fan of these. I much rather would have had like some kind of arm mold, because you know, in the Teen Titans show, and if you guys ever watched any of the Justice League animated movies or played any of the video games like Injustice: Gods Among Us, Cyborg can make weapons out of his arms, and I kind of wish that they took his left arm and made some kind of mold. But stud launcher, blaster, which is still pretty cool. I mean, this is what he has in LEGO Batman 3. I mean, but if you guys don't know how these work, you basically just push down this little gray piece, the dark gray piece, and it basically just fires that stud all the way in the back. So, yeah, we're going to take that away for now. So, Cyborg's torso is just awesome. I really love all the printing, and like the silver printed on the back, and all the silver lines on the black here. And he has a little C on his chest for Cyborg, the red circle in the middle. And like he has the chrome arms, like the ones that we got on that Nebula figure back in the Guardians of the Galaxy sets. And then on the back we have more of the back printing. And this is really cool. I kind of like how they have more spine detail. Like down there it looks like the outline of his spine, and the silver lines on the black continue. And the legs are really, really cool. The legs are basically just like a straight continued design all the way down, and continues down to his toes, I guess. And the silver lines printed on the black continue, and just this whole figure is just really, really cool, and I'm really glad that LEGO has finally made this figure. So let's go on to the next figure. Alright, so the next figure that I had to show is Green Arrow, and I'm really glad that LEGO decided to put a Comic-Con exclusive figure on a new variant in this set, because ever since 2013, yeah, it was 2013 when the San Diego Comic-Con Green Arrow exclusive came out, and a lot of people wanted that, and it's super expensive if people are willing to sell it on eBay or Bricklink. But yeah, I'm really glad that LEGO decided to make another one and put it in a set so that everyone can enjoy it. And these are really cool because they are called Justice League sets, and I think it would be kind of boring if they just included, you know, like Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Green Lantern, The Flash, Aquaman, and Martian Manhunter. Because if you guys don't follow the comics, those are the original 7 members of the Justice League in the comics, but I'm glad that they're really throwing all these other characters in here, like Green Arrow, Cyborg, and Hawkman. And I still kind of wish that they would make us a Black Canary. I still wish that we had a Black Canary. That was really good. Like pulled out of Lego Batman 3 because it's a really easy figure to make. Okay, but anyway, Green Arrow. Alright, the Green Arrow is really, really cool. I really like this green mold of the Hawkeye bow and arrow. And basically there's not really much to talk about, it's just that it's green. So we're going to throw that out for a minute. And then let's get on to the actual figure. Now, I've seen some people complain how he has a hairpiece and not just like a hood thrown over his head. But I actually think it looks better like this, and with the Wild Style hoodie molded in dark green, I actually think that looks a lot better. And this is exactly how the figure looks in Lego Batman 3 anyway. So yeah, this is pretty cool. We're probably going to take that hood piece off so we can get back, so we can actually see the whole figure. So the torso is really, really cool. It looks very similar to the Comic-Con exclusive one, but it's not. And this is the New 52 version of Green Arrow, much like all these figures are in their New 52 variants besides Superman, which I'm still really disappointed about. I really want a New 52 Superman. But he has like the little gold G on his belt, which is his logo. And then like the neon green lines going down his torso, and the dark green mask with neon green eyes. Personally, I think they could have done with another color. I think that would have looked better. He doesn't have any leg printing, but he does have some back printing. He has his quiver printed on his torso, and if you actually put on that hood, it covers it up quite a bit, so I'm not really sure why. And then if we turn around his hair piece, I can show his other face. He has an angry expression. And I'm really glad that LEGO did make this figure due to his growing popularity on the Arrow TV show. If you guys don't watch that, I highly recommend it. And The Flash on CW, because they've crossed over in a couple of episodes and they were so cool. And it's literally just like watching the Justice League, like a live action Justice League on TV, and not that Smallville show. Desperately, I really just want a good Justice League TV show and or good movie. But yeah, that's all I have to show for Green Arrow, so let's move on to the next figure. Alright, so the next minifigure I have to show is probably the most unexpected figure this entire wave, and that's Hawkman. And if you guys don't know who Hawkman is, if you watch the... I know probably no one ever watched this, but like the Super Friends cartoon, if you've ever seen any of those, like back from the 70s, I have an entire DVD collection of the lost episodes that were never aired, and Hawkman was in quite a few of them, and he was a really cool character in the show. And then if you guys ever watched the cartoon series called The Batman, it's just it's really good. I highly recommend that too. I have the entire DVD collection, but Hawkman was heavily featured in season 5, where it mainly focuses on the founding members of the Justice League. And Hawkman's one of them in that show, which is actually pretty cool because I really like what DC and Warner Brothers did with that highly underutilized character and highly unpopular character. But I'm actually really glad that they included him in this LEGO set because, you know, I may have wanted one eventually down the line, and now that I got one, so... Yeah, Hawkman is a really cool figure. He does have the same type of wings as the spacesuit Batman, and the same kind of material, which I'm still not very fond of. I really wish they went with I really wish that they actually made a mold. But let's start with the front printing first. Hawkman has a really cool headpiece. I actually really like this. This is probably my favorite part of the entire figure. But he has this really, really cool headpiece, and it's just really awesome. So we'll set that down for a minute. And then you can take a look at his head printing. Now, I think some of you might actually agree. This head looks exactly like Peter Quill's head, just with a chin strap. And I even have my Star-Lord figure out. See, look. That looks really, really similar in my opinion. That's just my 2 cents. But, you know, it looks so similar. It's just, I had to address it in a video, so... But Hawkman looks really, really cool. I like that whole facial expression. He's just kind of like stern. Then if you do turn his head around, he does have an angry expression. I'll get more to that in just a minute. But I really love his torso design, like with the armor straps down that they all meet in the center of his chest with the hawk symbol, that black and red hawk symbol, which looks really cool. And you can see his pecs underneath and the start of his belt, and then it actually continues down onto his legs and his leg printing. Now, Hawkman's leg printing style is exactly the same as Green Lantern and Sinestro, where it's green printed on gold, and they're just gold legs. So I actually kind of wish that it was gold printed on green, but, you know, that probably would have looked bad, so that's why they're doing this. So, okay, he also has a mace, which Hawkman is known to have, or Hawkgirl, if you ever watched the Justice League cartoon from quite a while ago, back in like the early 2000s and late 90s. But I actually really don't like this mace at all. I wish that Lego would have given him a mace like he had in Lego Batman 3, so I actually made my own makeshift one. Okay, yeah. And that's why I don't like it too. It's rubber, and he doesn't let go of it too easily. I'm gonna put this on so you can see the whole figure with it. If you guys ever played Lego Batman 2 or Lego Batman 3, which are both good games, you could play as Hawkman, and he does have a cool looking mace that looks something a lot like this. And I think this looks better a lot. Tell me what you guys think down in the comments, because this looks really good. So, enough with the maces. So, yeah. Alright, so if we're going to turn this figure around, the way Hawkman's wings are held down is with these two little gold stud things. Alright, come on. Alright. So he does have a set of wings that are closed, and he also does have a set of wings that are open. So you set these up. Yeah, now Hawkman's flying, so you can fly around and stuff, and turn him around. Yeah. And Hawkman's back printing is pretty nice too. It's basically just a basic continuation of the entire thing. And, oh man, my stand's falling apart. Okay. But, if you guys don't know how these wing pieces work, there's like a small clear neck piece that you put on the figure. And basically you just slide the wings on the back first. You slide these on the back first, and then if it's like some kind of piece or some kind of thruster, like what Spacesuit Batman had, Hawkman doesn't have that. He just has two gold studs to kind of blend in with this. Then we turn it around, that's how it stays up. So, yeah, that's all I have to say about Hawkman. So let's go on to the last figure. Alright, so the last figure for this set is Darkseid. And this is the main reason why a lot of people wanted this set, aside from Cyborg and Green Arrow and possibly Hawkman, if you guys like Hawkman. But Darkseid is a really, really cool figure. I like how he's a big fig, because this is how LEGO should make him. And if you guys ever watch any of the DC animated movies with Darkseid, or watch the Justice League cartoon, Darkseid is seemingly and physically a lot bigger than our normal person. And I've seen people try to make minifig size Darkseids, it just doesn't look good at all. And I've seen people try to make custom Darkseids with the Hulk figure. Like, they completely sand off his hairpiece and just go all out painting. But personally, I'm really glad that LEGO decided to make Darkseid. He's a really cool figure. And let's just get on to his printing. Basically, it's just he has like little cracks and stuff around all of his armor, and his face looks like kind of rocky. And if you guys don't know who Darkseid is, he is the ruler of Apocalypse. It's basically just like really, he's a really bad leader, and Apocalypse is just like this basically wasteland planet. It's just volcanoes and fire and everything. And Darkseid's powers, he's like super strong, super durable, and he shoots these things out of his eyes called Omega Beams, and they're basically like Superman's heat vision, but except if he tries to shoot you, whichever way you go, they will, like, the Omega Beams will literally just follow you everywhere until they get you. So you can't really do anything about that. If Darkseid's trying to kill you with Omega Beam, so you're kind of screwed. But anyway, I really like the two gold pieces, like the two gold lines that match up with the red circle in the center of his chest. This actually looks a lot like Darkseid pulled out of the New 52. And I really like the cool, I guess you would call this his belt design, which looks pretty sweet. And if you turn the figure around, there's no back printing at all. He just has like normal blue hands and gray arms, which actually have cool printing on them. And he does have boots, like blue boots. And if you guys don't know how big figs work, if you guys never got the Hulk set, well, any of the Hulk sets, like the sets with the Hulk, because there's been two of them. Basically, you take this little connector piece, and it works the same way with his hands too. Maybe I can get it. This is how they work. So when you're building them, come in like this, and then attach his arm, and he moves. So yeah, that's it for the minifigures, and let's get to the set. Alright, so the first piece to the set is Darkseid's glider. Yeah, that's just what I'm calling it, because I don't actually know what you would call it. But this is a really cool design. I really like the translucent blue holographic things or whatever. I don't actually know what you would call those. The main gun on his glider is just it's actually really cool. It's like one of those guns where you just squeeze the bottom and you shoot it, so I'm just going to shoot it. Oh, come on. Yeah, that's how it works. And it fires pretty well. So, I really like all the cool stickers on here. They all look really cool. And then, here's where you would place Darkseid. So, it's kind of weird how you have to set this up, because this also serves as a playability function, which I'll get to in a little bit, which is probably now. But basically, this is how Darkseid operates his glider, which is pretty cool. And yeah, so Darkseid's glider is pretty cool. It's just there's not really much to say about it because there's not really a whole lot to actually see. Darkseid does fall off if you don't put his hands over these things, because this does serve as a playability function, which I'll get to in a little bit. So yeah, let's get on to the Javelin. Alright, so the last thing I have to show you, included in the set, is the Javelin, and this is basically the majority of the set, because it is literally so big. I actually thought this could fit on a 32 by 32 base plate, but I was wrong. So, yeah, it's really big. This is pulled literally straight out of the Justice League cartoon, which was really, really cool. This looks exactly like it. Has really cool Justice League logo on a shield piece. And then if you basically just like get a whole pan of the entire vehicle, which is really cool. The wings are really cool. I like that. In the back you got these thruster pieces. Then if you turn that, you got another wing. You got a couple flick fire missiles, which are actually really cool. You don't have to flick them anymore, and I just lost that. It's really cool. And I'm actually really glad that the set didn't include a spring-loaded shooter or a stud shooter besides Cyborg's gun. But basically, if you lift this up, you can lift open the cockpit. There are 2 seats in there, so you can put like Green Arrow and Cyborg in there, or any other Justice Leaguers if you get the entire wave, or if you already have any of these other figures. Because not all of the Justice Leaguers can fly. A few of them can't. So, well, quite a few can't. So they need a vehicle in space. And back here, basically, this is like the hardest part, just like opening this, because there's a little connector there. Yeah, that little blue piece is what connects it. And you have 2 more seats in the back. And basically, if you press this down, you can bring the wings up. So this is what it looks like when it's landed, which is actually really cool. Let me get a better view of that. My whiteboard is sliding everywhere. Basically, they're like locked up, so you can't really do this unless you press this red thing in the middle, and you can push them down all the way. And now it's flying, which is really cool. And It's almost all for the Javelin. Except, oh, yeah, this part right here. So basically, if you just drop down this little compartment, that rolled, it's just like a couple bombs to drop on Darkseid, which is pretty cool. So, I'm trying to see, maybe I missed, I know there's a playability function with the Javelin. Oh yeah, there is. It's actually really kind of hard to do. What you do is you open this up and you take the super jumper piece and basically, well, I'll get to that in a minute. You take Superman, put him in the super jumper piece, and then you try to launch him at Darkseid on his glider. But that's too hard, so I'm going to show you a simplified version right now. Alright, so the last piece of this set that's meant for more playability functions is the super jumper piece. And if you guys don't know what they are, it's just a clear piece. It's like brand new. No, I've never even seen this before. This is in the Green Lantern vs. Sinestro set too. But basically what you do is like you push down on here. There's like a little tab. You push down on it. I can't imagine how many kids are probably going to snap these because out of all the many times that they probably use this. But basically you put Superman on here. There's two little studs where you can place the figure. You put Superman on here, and the main reason why you have this here is so you can shoot down Darkseid. So I'm going to see if I can actually do this, because I'm not really good at these. Close. Come on. Come on, Superman, save the day. Close. I'm not pushing down hard enough because I don't want Superman to go ballistic and just fly all over the room. Maybe if I get closer. Alright. But basically you guys kind of get the function of the set, because I told you that the little thing on Darkseid's glider is not really sturdy at all unless you have him holding onto the two levers. Alright, you know what? Boom. Did it. Yeah, that's basically what it does. You take the super jumper piece and you fling it up, and it's supposed to hit Darkseid, and he's supposed to fall over like that. So, alright, that's it for the actual set. I should also say that this set includes 3 instruction manuals, and it's actually kind of cool because the first manual is small, the second manual is medium-sized, and the third one is huge. Yeah, it's pretty big. So, I think if I go all the way to the back, this is like a 91 page build. This is a 91 step build. Like all the way from the first manual all the way to here, it's 91 steps. And then in the back of all these manuals, it's like your normal promo stuff. Basically just goes over your basic play functions for the set. Then it goes to all the set parts and advertisement for all the new Lego movie sets, and on the back just random stuff. So yeah, that's all the instruction manuals have to include. And the set also includes a comic book. This is exactly like the comic book in the Green Lantern vs. Sinestro set. So I'm not going to bother showing you it again because these comic books are kind of a waste in my opinion. I'm not really sure anyone really pays attention to these. But on the back you do have your minifigure checklist of all the figures included in this wave, and you have Darkseid on the bottom and Gorilla Grodd here because those are the only 2 big figs in the set. So there's the box. The box is really, really cool looking. In my opinion, just I don't know why, when I'm looking at the other boxes in the box art on this one, it looks kind of just plain. Well, that's probably because the set itself is pretty big and you get a lot of figures, but you know, I'm looking at the Green Lantern vs. Sinestro box, and the Gorilla Grodd Goes Bananas box, and the Black Manta box, and Brainiac Attack box. They all look pretty, like, heavily artistically detailed, and this one just looks kind of plain, you know, like a battle in Metropolis, and it looks like there's just something missing in the box art. There probably should have been something, like right there in that area or something. So And then if we turn the box around, it basically just goes over all the playability functions and stuff. And if you see the thing from Darkseid's eyes over here, that's what I mean by his Omega beams. And I guess Cyborg's trying to shoot him with a little stud launcher, which I don't think would work at all. Then you have Superman trying to disable Darkseid's glider, Green Arrow hopping out of the Javelin to go help and join in the fight, and Hawkman flying in. Maybe Cyborg's trying to distract him so Hawkman can hit him with his rubber mace. But basically, it just goes over all the features of the set. It says comic book included down the bottom right corner, Lego logo, and that's basically it for this set. So let's get to the closing of this video. Alright guys, so that's it for this set. I hope you guys like this video. Yeah, leave a thumbs up down in the description below. Like this video. Just leave a comment. Subscribe to my channel. Follow me on Twitter, because I post quite frequently. And yeah, so thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.